There must be something like the opposite of suicide, whereby a person radically and abruptly decides to start living or rescue their own life from destruction, obscurity. So this phrase, this quote, hit incredibly hard for me because I think it holds the right energy when we think about life and the only experience that we've got, like this one. This is it. And when I titled this video, my notes there, Life by Design, I mean a process, this energy of awakening to the idea that you get only this experience and you can co-write the story of your life, and you can co-write with, life itself, what's going to happen and your circumstances and, the opportunities that you get and the things that are around you and the people and the relationships. And I wanted to share my experience, my personal experience, without making too philosophical, but maybe helping people that have just some mental locks, or even just to share. And as you may know me, or you may have seen anything about me, or I'm just a stranger and you want to know more about my story, through the lens of life by design. So I've lived in Italy always, and I've been with my family, especially my mom. I don't know my dad. So I didn't have too much presence around me when I was growing up, especially in the adolescent years. But there has been a moment that completely changed, I think, for me, how I thought about life and how I was thinking, which was when I was in London. I was, I think, 17, and I downloaded this app for meditation. I won't give names. If you want, I can let you know, but it's not important. The point is, I started meditating and thinking a bit deeper about my emotions and my life and my circumstances, and I started gradually taking more awareness and more understanding of people around me, of the experience I was living, and basically life itself, right? And an awakening moment, because I was a rebel and I was maybe angry like any guy or girl in their puberty, but I wanted to prove my existence and I wanted to create something for me, and I felt the need to build something, right? And that moment, and I think all of the changes that happened after I was 18 and 19, especially when I was 19, where I dropped out of university and I chose to, put my head into entrepreneurship and to do something different and to get out of my house pretty early, I basically followed my gut and the instinct to basically not only co-write, but really write my story and write my opportunities and the people that I had around. So it got me aware of my emotions and my patterns, and I started thinking more about thinking. I started thinking about what was in my head and in my priorities and life in general. So that was the first moment where I've gained an opportunity to have awareness, conscious choice of what to do with my life. And then I brought it to when I was 18 and 19, when I decided after high school, I studied IT, to basically, after 6 months of studies, drop out of university. I had a breakup with a girl, and not the best emotional situation, but I already made the choice to also drop out. So like family against me, university friends, and this relationship ending. And that was a second epiphany moment of life by design for me, because I had to reset a lot of things, and I chose to go out of my house. Basically, when I was 19, I was doing a summer job and I worked my ass off to have a couple €1,000, get out of my house, pay my expenses and pay everything myself, and do it with my best friend. And to this day, we still are, incredible friends. But that experience, all that pain, the emotional uncertainty, all of that mess. So paying up front for a future, so paying up front to design your life, has been incredible for me, and have removed all of the expectations of studies, all of the expectations of my family and people, even friendships that weren't really helpful, for example, in university. Or I would say when I was 19, doing that drop and getting out of my house and going to an apartment with my best friend was the best thing ever. We also both chose to drop out, and we started working on our projects. And entrepreneurship has been, it's a big side note, but it's been also one way to express my wanting to create something. I feel like I'm incredibly privileged, and I feel in this moment, even at this age, that a lot of the things that are happening are quite intentional. So I'm not saying I figured it out, that's not the point. I'm just saying that a lot of what is happening, my health, how I feel about myself, my finances, my work situation, my relationships, are a direct effect of the design, like choices that are made to design all of this, you know? So it's not only circumstances and privilege that happens, but there's a lot of work and a lot of years. And I was thinking, you know, in retrospect, holy shit, you know, I'm 23 and it's been 4 years that I've gone out of my house to build this. And now I have a glimpse and I have a feeling of control. And it's such a beautiful process that happened throughout time and without you. Basically, you know, the Steve Jobs quote about, you know, you don't see the points connecting with each other towards the future. You see only, you know, backwards. You look at the past and you realize, okay, all of these dots took me here. There was a moment, like kind of an epiphany, and I wanted to share in this video exactly that. You know, looking backwards, I see that what I have today had a direct effect with the choices that I've made. So that's really fun and interesting. I was in the Philippines. I'll maybe put some clips here. And I had this weird feeling of not belonging there because it wasn't the right time, because of the feeling of at home in Italy. I've designed a life that I like. And that feeling, I've only felt a couple times, and this time was really strong. I've been challenged also, you know, situation with a woman, which brought me back home, but also the way I was able to train, to eat, to stay at my house, to work and focus. And yeah, that feeling came from not wanting to escape from a reality I've created at home, right? And that's something that moment, you know, the points when you look backward that are all connected was something that I wanted to share because it's rare. It's something that I feel incredibly thankful and grateful for, but also proud of, because I definitely see the effect of intention into all of this. And the message that I wanted to carry with this video, and also to close it out, is that basically getting understanding of where you want to go and how you want to design your next steps of life, your next phases, your next seasons, your next years and decades, will come at a trade-off, and especially at the trade-off of other people expectation on you, casted on you, and their needs, their wantings, and all of this energy that's being casted on you, and freeing yourself of these pendulums and these energetic, you know, fields around you, even just people and opinions, and you not being able to find what you want is going to be on the way, and it's going to be really hard. And I would say to you, take courage and get yourself involved into your life, you know, like the energy of the quote. This idea of the opposite of suicide is incredible. Like, I decided to live, and I decided to live intentionally and to build a message. I wanted to encourage, you know, people that want to make a big choice, want to make a change, or want to something different, to just do it. And I want to also, if you want to comment or reach out, let me know about your life story and what you're stuck with, because, you know, we're stuck with a lot of things that just need a little objection handling within our own brain to be able to make to push through and to go for it. You know, for me it was, what do I do when I actually go out of the house and I'm in an apartment and I have to pay my expenses, how I'm going to pay the bills. And I've been lucky enough to stay outside and to get the resources that I needed to thrive in that environment. And of course, for a young man, a challenge is, you know, you want to prove yourself and you want to go for it. And so it was an opportunity for me that's been incredibly helpful also for my inner world, you know, my confidence, my emotions. I feel like we're also incredibly privileged to be thinking about the meaning of life and to be able to say we can design our life in our circumstances. We're not just animals that are here, and we have our people around us and the tribe, and we have to accept the conditions. We can change them. And there's never been a moment in the world where you have more leverage for your personal, professional, romantic life. There's never been. So, you know, your life is your canvas, and you can design and co-write with your environment. So yeah, I leave you with that. I'll keep sharing some of the learnings and the experience, and this is by humans. That's the idea. And I'll keep, you know, when I'll do these videos, I'll think of a small Dylan, so it can serve basically a younger self and also maybe other people. And yeah, I hope you like the video, and we're gonna talk about some interesting topics soon. See you.